Chapter 6.4 Afflictions of the Mind. Beliefs. The prison of beliefs. What is a belief? We have already discussed beliefs previously in brief. Here, I'm going to peel the onions, do hair splitting, and perform surgery on them. This is needed because beliefs are one of the most dangerous afflictions of the mind. A belief is an assumption, an unfounded idea. It masquerades in the form of knowledge. It is a partial or false knowledge, a structure in the mind that lacks solidity of experience to support it. A belief is an epitome of ignorance. These will serve as some definitions for the term belief. A belief is a poor substitute for knowledge. If I tell you a story which is beyond your experience, you have only two options: either to believe it or disbelieve it. Any of them are not going to take you anywhere. I want you to know. Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. If you look at beliefs via the microscope of self-observation, you will find that they are mental structures called concepts. So, a belief is not a very new entity. It is just an idea, a concept, a higher level of abstraction. So, why do we need a new word, a new definition? Because a belief is a concept that is erroneous. It is an assumption that takes the form of knowledge. It does not come from experience. A concept that is firmly founded on direct experience is knowledge. When you see beliefs, you will find no solid experiences, no impressions, no memories, no logical chain of thought there. They just simply hang in air. A belief is never founded on experience. It is derived from other sources. It can also be erroneous interpretation of an experience, which again means that the interpretation is unfounded. A belief can be based on other beliefs, which makes the matter more convoluted, because the person may believe that it is based on a fact, and so is a fact. It is easy to get lost in the jungle of beliefs. I can live with doubt and uncertainty and not knowing. I think it is much more interesting to live not knowing than to have answers that might be wrong. Richard Feynman has said that. It is surely possible that one gets a confirmation of a belief later when a direct experience is encountered. Once this happens, the belief is no longer a belief. It becomes knowledge. However, such a possibility is not a justification to believe something. A direct experience may or may not occur, and if it does, it simply encourages the person to form more beliefs about other matters in hopes that they will get substantiated too. It is a big risk. So, it is much better to keep the idea in "I don't know" box instead of "I believe it is true" box. It is not substantiated by direct experience. Note that one can test the truth of an idea assuming it is true, but that does not fall in the category of beliefs. It is equally possible to test an idea assuming it is false. What we need is not the will to believe, but the wish to find out. Bertrand Russell has said that a concept is formed when a person tries to understand his experiences in terms of other experiences. This is exactly the definition of understanding. To correlate one's experiences in a meaningful way, a meaningful structure is the one that results in lowest entropy. It is consistent, logical, perfect, is beautiful, and it is right. Mind has this extraordinary gift to arrange its experiences into meaningful concepts and use them to further organize the experiences or to gain new experiences, causing an increase in knowledge. However, the mind does the same with a belief. Once it is formed and survives the logical filters of the mind, it starts appearing as knowledge and mind starts understanding things in the light of a belief. How does that happen? Isn't mind perfect? How is such a gross mistake made? The mind is perfect, just like anything else that exists. A belief is perfect too. Under the given circumstances, if a belief is formed, it is perfect occurrence because nothing else could have formed. A clay pot, if it is fallen on the floor, does not remain a pot. It becomes shapeless pieces. When no one is looking, this is just an event, a perfect event, because nothing else could have happened. But when a person sees the broken pot, it is an imperfect state compared to its more structured state as a solid pot from his point of view. So, the mind does not make a mistake. The mistake is seen from the perspective of someone who has a different organization in the mind. A more meaningful one since it was founded on an actual experience. So, all beliefs are happening in the mind. One need not worry too much about them. They come and go. If you think some beliefs last for a lifetime, never worry. The bodies come and go. Some last for centuries, but never worry. Civilizations and cultures appear and vanish. The whole of the existence is impermanent. Nothing lasts. Interestingly, beliefs are even more transient and concepts with a firm ground last far longer than puny beliefs. So, I'm calling them the most dangerous things a mind can have, as well as I'm calling them puny. How does that make sense? Beliefs are tiny occurrence in the mind compared to the immensity of the mind. The error gets corrected very soon when seen from the vast time frames of the mind. These are dangerous and a big issue when seen from the perspective of human experience. We get a very short life as a human, and since we want to make use of this little time as efficiently as possible, we try to focus on biggest issues first. Beliefs are your tallest hurdle on the path to freedom. Even if they won't last, you can make the journey easy, quick, and enjoyable. If you can remove these hurdles. Freedom is nothing but a total absence of beliefs. When everything's seen as it is, you become free. If not on experience, what are beliefs based on? Beliefs are mostly based on what we called indirect knowledge. Information coming from other sources, which is stored as knowledge without proper scrutiny. Experiences interpreted in relation to previous beliefs also cause new ones to appear. Illogical thoughts also cause incorrect inference, resulting in beliefs. Even if those thoughts were derived from experiences, some beliefs are simply copied from others. Some beliefs are a result of indoctrination during childhood. Evolutionary and cognitive biases, peers, books, preachers, myths, imaginations, fears, liars, rumors, mills, society, parents, schools, universities, mass media, or anything under the sun that can transfer information from one mind to the other can become a source of beliefs. So, one can guess. It is very easy to form a belief and spread it. Whatever is the cause or the source, once a belief is formed, it is very difficult to get rid of it. The amount of ignorance a person has is directly proportional to his beliefs. Perhaps it's the most difficult and persistent affliction of the mind. Why do we need to get rid of beliefs? There is no real need. Just like any other affliction, one can live his entire life in the prison of beliefs. There are no natural laws against it. However, beliefs cause a lot of suffering, a telltale sign of affliction. Moreover, the path of knowledge is just that, to free oneself from incomplete knowledge, beliefs, delusions, and illusions, and gain a full understanding via direct experience and logical thinking. Beliefs stop your progress and even retard it. Beliefs are harmful because the actions based on beliefs are mostly harmful for the self as well as for others. Most of the crimes, wrong deeds, mass killings, wars, and such acts have a cause in belief. One can prove it simply by tracing the motivation for such act to its roots. Belief makes the lives of people miserable, cause immense distraction, and are a major pain in general. Beliefs are a big issue when all one intends is knowledge. Beliefs are exactly opposite of that. Believe nothing, O monks, merely because you have been told it, or because it is traditional, or because you yourselves have imagined it. Do not believe what your teacher tells you, merely out of respect for the teacher, but whatsoever, after due examination and analysis, you find to be conducive to the good, the benefit, the welfare of all beings. That doctrine believe and cling to and take it as your guide. Gautam Buddha has said that. What is the cure of beliefs? Knowledge. All one needs to do is gain knowledge. It kills the corresponding beliefs instantly. We have already seen the proper means of gaining knowledge. In brief, experience is the foundation of knowledge, and when one seeks an experience to answer a question, one reaches knowledge. At least one reaches the conclusion of I don't know. That is, remains agnostic. An agnostic attitude ensures that the door to knowledge remains open, and a proper experience may arrive at a proper time to complete the knowledge. A belief will simply close the doors, as it is an assumption I already know, which means the person has no hope of obtaining knowledge. The belief has closed the doors and has imprisoned him. Where to start? Open-mindedness. If a person opens up to the idea that he may not know something or he was merely holding an assumption, it is enough to bring him to knowledge eventually. Closed-mindedness or not accepting that one can be wrong leads to fossilization of the mind, and the person becomes incapable of gaining new knowledge. We will see shortly why it is so difficult to be open-minded. Beliefs come with an add-on of security and resist their removal. The word belief is a difficult thing for me. I don't believe. I must have a reason for a certain hypothesis. Either I know a thing and then I know it. I don't need to believe it. Carl Gustav Jung has said that. Beliefs can have vast scopes. They become a socio-cultural phenomena and entire civilizations are affected. Some beliefs span entire humanity. Some persist for thousands of years, and at the lower end, some beliefs are formed in seconds and disappear in a minute. Whatever is the extent of the belief, All it takes is an experience, a logical conclusion, a correct interpretation, and understanding in order to destroy it. Apart from the spatio-temporal spectrum, there is a full spectrum of kind of beliefs ranging from simple stupid superstitions to complex intelligent delusions. We will try to fit them into broad categories in order to understand them well. But note that a person can suffer from one of these kinds, many of these, and a mixture of some. Beliefs have the capability to become far more complex than plain truths. The following categories will be discussed, broken down into separate chapters as follows: cognitive biases, gross generalizations, superstitions, faith, indirect knowledge, delusions, doubts, attachments, myths, scientific theories, mathematical models. Finally, the difficulties in eradicating beliefs and resistance to them will be discussed in the last part of the chapter on the affliction of beliefs. Notes. First, note that by this definition all beliefs are false, that is, do not stand the scrutiny of experience or logic. Some people or authors use qualifiers such as true beliefs or false beliefs, etc. But their definitions of beliefs may be something else in that case. Perhaps by the term beliefs they mean any idea which can be either true or false. But we are going to be precise. Knowledge is true, belief is not. I guess this is the standard meaning in philosophy and sciences. If you are wondering what the sentence like I believe in myself or we must believe in to succeed extra means in this context, then I need to clarify that they mean nothing. Make no sense. They are poetic or nebulous. Second, if you are wondering that this sentence looks plain wrong, you have not read the past entries, I suggest you please read them first. Third, yes, you are right. This chapter can also become a source of belief. You need not accept these ideas presented here as truths or even possibilities. Burn them in the fire of your experience and see if they survive. See if they survive. Torture them with logical thinking and see if they divulge their hidden lies. They are anyway based on my experience and may not be true for everyone. Fourth, this is going to be a non-exhaustive description. I'm not really an authority on beliefs and may suffer from some beliefs myself. Who knows? I'm going to use the term truth, false, facts, right, wrong, good, and bad in general sense when describing beliefs. This is just to avoid too much verbosity. If you go a few levels deeper in thought, and as we have already seen, there is no truth, nothing is right or wrong, good or bad. Thank you so much.